Have you ever felt like a part of you is still connected to someone, even when everything pointed to the fact that this person had moved on? Today, the angels want to reveal something to you that your heart might have already suspected, but until now, no one had confirmed. There is a soul that tried with all its might to forget you. They forced themselves to smile, to find new paths, perhaps even to get involved with other people. But no matter how much the world around this person has changed, inside, something remains untouched, the place where only you dwell. And that place, dear soul, is still filled with your light. What the angels are showing today is deeper than you can imagine. This connection between you has not dissolved. It has only gone silent, like the sea that recedes before a big wave comes crashing back with more force. And no matter how hard this person tried to escape their own feelings, they are still there, pulsating, growing, begging for attention. The angels reveal that the distance was not an act of indifference, it was fear. Fear of the intensity. Fear of losing control. Fear of being transformed by something that defies logic but touches the soul. The moment you two met, something ignited within this person. A spiritual spark they couldn't name, but have never forgotten. It was as if, for the first time, they saw a mirror where they didn't just see their own reflection, but all the parts they needed to heal. And that scared them. Because when love is true, it doesn't just warm, it reveals. It lays bare. It demands growth, surrender, truth. So instead of opening up, this person shut down. But here's what the angels want you to know. No attempt to move on has been successful. Because this soul still belongs to you. And no matter how much time goes by, no matter how hard she tries to erase the memories, they remain alive. In dreams, in songs, in places, in silences. She misses you, even when she won't admit it. She searches for you in faces, in gestures, in messages she never had the courage to send. And that emptiness she insists on carrying? It's the absence of the connection that only you two share. This person may have tried to convince the world, and herself, that she's okay. But angels see beyond appearances. They see the sleepless nights, the held-back tears, the thoughts that always circle back to the same place, you. And now, something inside her is changing. A growing restlessness. An almost uncontrollable urge to seek you out. To hear your voice. To tell you everything that's been trapped in her heart. The angels say that the reunion doesn't just depend on fate, but also on the willingness of both souls to accept the truth. And here's the truth that is about to be revealed. This person has never moved on from you. Because what you shared wasn't fleeting, it was divine. You lit a spark where there was only shadow. You touched a heart that no longer believed in love. You brought hope, faith, presence. And no matter how hard she has tried to follow other paths, none have led her away from you. Because some meetings are written before birth itself. And no matter how much the world tries to erase them, the universe always finds a way to reignite the flame. This story isn't over yet. And the signs are starting to appear. Stay alert. Because the soul you feel, feels you too. And even without saying a word, it's crying out inside, I tried to move on, but my heart is still yours. Dear soul, have you noticed how certain connections simply don't fade away, even over time? As if the invisible thread linking two hearts continues to vibrate, pulsate, waiting for the right moment to reconnect? This is exactly what is happening with this person. The angels show me silent scenes, but ones that are deeply symbolic. Moments when she is distracted during the day, and out of nowhere, she feels that tightness in her chest. She thinks of you. The way you spoke. The way your gaze pierced through her with such truth. She tries to hide it. Keeps her mind occupied. Fills her days with appointments. But nothing silences the presence you still have within her. It's as if, even while trying to move forward, each step takes her back to the same place, the feeling she can't bury. And here's an important revelation. This person has never stopped feeling you. What changed was how hard she fought against it. At first, she thought it was just a phase. A fleeting memory. An emotional attachment that time would heal. But time, instead of erasing, has strengthened it. Instead of weakening it, it has deepened. Because when the soul recognizes another soul, there is no forgetting that can work. And you, with your uniquely vibrant energy, with that blend of strength and sweetness that defines you, have left a mark on her. It wasn't just a relationship. It was a meeting. And meetings like that don't have an expiration date. The angels say that the reason for her silence is not disinterest, but confusion. This person wonders every day how something so deep could have been left behind. But what she doesn't realize, yet, is that nothing has been lost. It has only been asleep. And now, the spiritual winds are changing. This person is being pushed toward the truth. Toward acknowledgement. Toward the courage to look within and admit that the feeling has never gone away. She tries to convince herself that you deserve something different. That maybe you're better off without her. But at the same time, she feels an inexplicable pain whenever she imagines you truly moving on. Because deep down, she knows, no one has touched her like you touched her. No one has made her see herself as closely as you did. No one has seen her completely like you did. You were, and still are, the presence that echoes in her heart when everything else falls silent. And even though she hasn't returned yet, even though her steps are tentative, the angels affirm, the feeling is more alive than ever. And it's about to spill over. This person may have taken time to understand what she feels. She may have run away, denied, rationalized. But now she finds herself at a point of no return. Because there are truths that, once awakened, cannot be silenced. And she is awakening. Slowly, deeply, undeniably. With each passing day, her heart leans more toward the place where it has always belonged, you. And perhaps at this very moment, she is staring into the void, feeling everything, and whispering in her thoughts, I tried to pull away. But my soul is still yours. Have you noticed how the universe has a subtle, yet certain, way of aligning the paths of those who still have something to live together? Even when everything seems distant, even in silence, absence, or even pain, there is a greater force at work behind what the eyes cannot see. And the angels want you to know, this force is, right now, setting the stage for a reunion. Yes, dear soul. The love that exists between you has not been filed away. It has been protected, preserved. Because there are things that only bloom when the time is right, and the right time is drawing near. This person who tried to forget you is now experiencing what the angels call the time of inner revelation. It's a period when external distractions lose their grip, and internal truths gain clarity. She is beginning to see more clearly all that she pretended not to feel. You know that moment when the soul simply can no longer hide its own truth? That's where she is right now. On the outside, everything may seem the same. But on the inside, a collapse is happening. An emotional upheaval that the angels describe as necessary and sacred. Because only after trying to escape something true does the soul understand that it's not an illusion. It's about destiny. This person is being led to revisit every memory with you. But now, with a more open heart. With a more tired ego. With a more mature soul. She is remembering the sound of your laughter, the way you looked at him when he didn't even notice. Your patience. Your faith. Your silence that spoke volumes. And she is realizing that none of these memories hurt. They are missed. And it's precisely this longing that is breaking down the defenses she built. The longing that is tearing apart the excuses. The longing that is making her face the only truth that still remains. She tried to move on, but her heart stayed with you. The angels say that this person is being spiritually guided to reconnect. Not just with you, but with who she is when she is by your side. Because you awaken in her a version of herself that she didn't even know existed. And that's why this return, when it happens, will not be impulsive. It will be transformative. She won't come back out of need. She will come back as someone who understands that true home was never a place, but rather a presence, you. Therefore, The angels ask you to prepare your heart. Not with anxiety, but with awareness. This story has not been forgotten in the heavens. It was written with purpose. And everything that is happening now, no matter how confusing it seems, is part of a divine alignment that is about to be revealed. You don't need to chase after or force answers. Just remain where your soul already dwells, in the truth. And the truth is simple and powerful. This love is real. This connection is eternal. And this soul, no matter how hard she tried, never stopped belonging to you. Dear soul, we have reached a crucial point in this journey, the present, the now. The angels want you to know that, right now, as you read these words, something is stirring inside that person. And it's not small. It's a silent yet intense shift, breaking through internal barriers that they once believed were insurmountable. On the outside, they may still appear rational. They might even be going about their life as usual, smiling for photos, surrounded by people, seemingly at peace. But on the inside, what's happening is very different. They are being overwhelmed by a feeling that they refuse to let die. And now, it's starting to grow even stronger than before. This feeling has a name: spiritual longing. It's not missing a conversation or a specific moment. It's longing for who they were when they were with you. Longing for the calm you brought, the truth you represented, the connection that made everything make sense. And the more they try to distract themselves, the more you appear. In the details, in the signs, in dreams, in the words of others, in the mirror, when they look at themselves and feel incomplete. The angels say that this soul is entering a moment of surrender. They no longer want to fight what they feel. They are tired, exhausted from bearing the weight of a denied love. And it's at this point that something miraculous begins to happen. They start wanting to return. But not to relive the past. They want to return to build something new. Something more genuine. They want, and need, to say everything they never had the courage to say. And perhaps, very soon, you will notice small signs of this approach. It could be a message out of the blue. A subtle contact. An unexpected gesture. It's not about urgency, it's about truth. The angels reveal that this person is about to make a decision. A choice that could completely change the course of your story. But they know that in order to do this, they'll need to let go of their pride. Face their own fears. Admit that they failed in trying to forget you. And this, dear, is something that is about to happen. You have been, all this time, a constant presence in her heart. And now, that presence is beginning to transform into urgency. Urgency to talk, to see, to feel, to know if there is still time. And there is. The angels affirm, if love still lives in both hearts, and it does, then anything is possible. But they also ask you for something important, to be ready. Because when this return happens, it will not be subtle. It will come with the force of a soul that has finally understood what it means to love. And that is willing to do things differently. You do not need to protect yourself from love. You just need to discern if this returning soul comes with humility, truth, and the intention to build. And the angels say, yes. This person is preparing for that. The time of escape is ending. The time of reconnection is being born. And soon, very soon, you will be able to hear with your own ears what your soul already knew. I tried to move on, but my heart has always been yours. Dear soul, if you have come this far, it is because something inside you also never gave up. And the angels see this clearly, your strength, your commitment, your patience. All of this has been deeply honored in the spiritual realm. You did not imagine this connection. You did not invent this feeling. You simply recognized it before the other person was ready to do the same. But now, she is awakening. And this awakening, according to the angels, is not just about love, it is about soul mission. You were sent into this person's life with a purpose much greater than an ordinary relationship. You reminded her what it means to love without masks. You pushed her, unintentionally, into a process of transformation. And even without having all the answers, you remained in faith. Now, heaven bows before this. The angels urge you not to doubt your intuition. Everything you've felt throughout this time, every sign, every synchronicity, every sense that this story isn't over yet, you were right. This person tried to move on, yes. But they couldn't. Because no matter how much they sought new paths, none led away from your energy. You are the missing piece, the calm in the storm, the reminder of what it means to be truly seen and loved. And now, the universe is bringing everything together, the timings, the desires, the lessons, the souls. You don't need to chase anything. The only thing the angels ask of you is to keep your heart open, without expectations, but with receptiveness. Because what's coming is not just a reunion. It's the possibility of a new beginning. And yes, it might hurt to remember how long you waited, how much you had to silence yourself, how much you doubted yourself at certain times. But know this, no tear has been in vain. No prayer went unanswered. No wait was unrecorded in the divine records. And now, you are about to live what you've so often only imagined in silence. The return of this person won't be perfect, but it will be real. And that, for two souls who have already walked so much, is all that matters. So, prepare yourself. You will feel the signs before their arrival. You will dream of this person more intensely. You will begin to feel a different kind of peace, as if something is finally aligning. And do you know why? Because it is. You were chosen to experience a love that transcends time. A love that can't be explained, but can be felt. A love that, even when delayed, will never be forgotten. This person may have tried to escape all of this. But the truth, the kind that no distance can erase, remains as clear as day. They tried to move on. But their soul still belongs to yours. And nothing is stronger than that.